It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see Zach Wilson. He was terrific a week ago. Well over 400 yards passing. It's the Barons and the Cardinals. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Brooklyn Barons and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now. Here's Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. 21 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run in not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
Now Murray. And a quick throw here that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, Zach Wilson.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'll give to Hall. Good footwork at the 30. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
They go play action now. Wilson steps away. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll go again with Hall. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. A couple of first downs, has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely, as one of the better coaches in the league always tells me. On offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Shifts by him at the 25. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 86 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Ball again on second down.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down and 6. Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Give to Hall running right. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. On third down, Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And his kick is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Murray now on 1st down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
The try here for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Murray trying again after the pick 6. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. 3.5 to go, first quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray over the middle, complete. It's Connor. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Murray. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Straight ahead is Hall. Able to slither by. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Hall again. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Tyler Conklin, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where
the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Murray going to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice game. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A give running right is Hall. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Hall again on 2nd down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. This offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Connor up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Throwing is Wilson. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space.
Finding space at the 40. And this is going to be a Cardinals 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore.
Murray's pass complete to Rondale Moore. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Murray giving to Connor on the option. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up
On 3rd down, it's Connor. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Arizona. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
A last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield,
Murray finding his target. It's Trey McBride. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
on 1st and 10 is Connor. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
From the gun, Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Now Wilson on first down. And he'll find Hall. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start out with a rematch of that low-scoring Super Bowl 53. New England, the winners of that game, traveling to L.A. to take on the Rams. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. It's Mac Jones with a touchdown pass there. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. A.J. Dillon, an afternoon to remember. 4 touchdown runs. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Hall on a give up the middle. Takes it to about the 37.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Back to the ground with Hall.
And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 29. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll start the drive with a give to Connor.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, a run with Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They run behind center with Connor. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That pass complete to Moore. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. That's complete to McBride. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Murray giving to Connor on the draw. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Dancing to his left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
That's another Cardinals. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll run here with Connor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, here's Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points.
Holding.
And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
So that's going to push him back half the distance. Fielded at about the 28. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
An option handoff given to Connor.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
First and 10 at the 45.
From the gun, a give to Connor. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. On 2nd and 9, Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 83, incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Murray
able to get this one to McBride.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray.
On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Throwing again, Murray. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass,
That required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now Murray again.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Shotgun now for Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Murray now on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
To try again after the sack, Murray. And my goodness, another interception.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
116 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So out now come the Cardinals.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit back watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw, it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Murray now.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. His throw incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
134 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw.
He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
A handoff for Hall. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So out comes the field goal team once more. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he returns this to the 22. The football going back over to Arizona now. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And the Brooklyn first down.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for our visitors, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.